The dream that almost was. It was more than a football match. It was a dream carried by 1 billion hearts across a continent that had waited too long to be seen, to be respected, to be believed in. In the summer of 2010, on African soil for the very first time, the World Cup was more than a tournament. It was a story of hope, unity, and destiny. And at the center of that story stood Ghana, the Black Stars, a team that carried the weight of an entire continent, a team that came within inches of rewriting history. But then came the hand that stopped Africa, the hand that denied a dream, the hand that reminded the world that sometimes, even when you give your all, destiny can be cruel. The rise of Ghana's golden generation. Before 2010, Ghana was already rising. From the dusty fields of Accra to the green pitches of Kumasi, a new generation was born, bold, fearless, and full of talent. They were called the Golden Generation. Players like Asamoah Gyan, Andre Ayew, Kevin Prince Boateng, Sully Muntari, and John Mensah. They were not just footballers, they were symbols of what Africa could be when given a chance. 4 years earlier, in 2006, Ghana had made its World Cup debut in Germany. Many thought they would simply be spectators, but the Black Stars shocked the world, defeating the mighty Czech Republic and the United States to reach the round of 16. They had announced their arrival. By 2010, the team had matured. Their football was powerful, yet graceful. African flair mixed with European discipline. Behind them stood a quiet strategist, Milovan Rajovac, a Serbian coach who turned Ghana into one of the most organized teams on the continent. This wasn't just another team. It was a symbol of what the new Africa looked like: proud, young, and unafraid. And when the World Cup finally came to African soil, many believed destiny had chosen Ghana for something special. The miracle run through the tournament. The tournament began in South Africa, a land that had known its own struggles, its own long walk to freedom. Now, it was hosting the world. Ghana's first match was against Serbia, and in a poetic twist, it was their European coach's homeland. A late penalty by Asamoah Gyan gave Ghana a 1-0 win. The streets of Accra exploded with joy. The dream had begun. Next came Australia, a 1-1 draw, and then Germany, one of football's giants. Ghana lost narrowly, but it was enough to progress to the knockout stage. They were now the only African team left standing. Cameroon had fallen, Ivory Coast had fallen, Nigeria had fallen, but Ghana carried the flag for all of Africa. In the round of 16, they faced the United States again, the same team they had beaten in 2006. It was a tight, emotional battle. Kevin Prince Boateng scored early. The Americans equalized. And then, in extra time, Asamoah Gyan, the hero of a continent, smashed the ball into the net. Commentators shouted, "Ghana are through to the quarterfinals." All across Africa, people celebrated as if they had won the World Cup itself. From Lagos to Nairobi, from Dakar to Cape Town, everyone was Ghanaian that night. The dream was alive. Only one step remained between Ghana and history. A semi-final place, something no African nation had ever achieved. But waiting for them was Uruguay. The heartbreak of Johannesburg. July 2nd, 2010. The Soccer City Stadium in Johannesburg. A night that would never be forgotten. Ghana versus Uruguay, Africa's last hope. A continent held its breath. The first half was fierce. Sully Muntari struck a thunderbolt from 35 yards, a goal that shook the stadium. But Uruguay equalized through Diego Forlan. As the minutes passed, tension filled the air. The game went into extra time. Every pass, every tackle, every shot felt heavier. It was not just 11 players, it was Africa's dream on the pitch. Then, in the final seconds, came the moment. A free kick floated into Uruguay's box. A scramble, a shot from Steven Appiah, saved. A rebound, Dominique Adia, his header, and then the hand. Luis Suárez, standing on the goal line, threw out his arm and stopped the ball. It was a deliberate handball, a crime against the game, but a sacrifice for his nation. Red card, penalty. The world watched as Asamoah Gyan stepped up, one kick away from making history. He had scored every penalty before. He had carried Ghana this far. The whistle blew. He struck it clean. The ball hit the crossbar. Time stood still. He fell to his knees. And with that single moment, Africa's dream slipped away. Ghana lost in the penalty shootout. Uruguay celebrated like victors of destiny. Suárez, the villain, smiled and waved as if mocking fate. But for millions, it wasn't just a defeat. It was heartbreak. It was pain. It was injustice wrapped in the rules of the game.
Africa's collective outcry from Accra to Nairobi. That night, Africa cried. In Accra, people sat in silence, staring at their screens. In Nairobi, men who had never met hugged each other in tears. In Lagos, women wept. From Cairo to Cape Town, the story was the same, pain shared by a continent. It wasn't just football, it was what it represented: hope, unity, the belief that Africa could finally stand equal among the world's best. The pain was deeper because it felt so close. One goal away from changing the story told about African football, that we were talented but not tactical, strong but not smart enough. Ghana had proved them wrong. They had faced the world's best and nearly conquered. And yet, fate, or perhaps injustice, had said no. For days, the image of Suárez's hand haunted Africa. To many, it became a symbol of how unfair the world can be, of how the rules sometimes protect those who cheat and punish those who dream. But even in defeat, something beautiful.
So after this loss, Ghana just went out of the tournament despite having a massive crowd here cheering for them. So how do you feel about what happened today in this game?
Man, this is called a beautiful game, eh? No matter that Ghana is out of the game now, Africa, there's no Africa, but it's still a beautiful game. We're disappointed as Africans, but
I have to, kind of recover from this. It's massive. No, we had a game.
We made our plans to stay to the finals. We were sure that we're going to stay to the finals. Just give out the game. Just too bad.
But I mean, we still love them just as much, so it's all good.
We did well. We did well. It was a good game.
It's unlucky, but it's so good. Yeah, Ghana.
A source of strength.
Proud of Ghana. It was an African country. For us, South Africa lost, so it was one way of saying we actually got to the quarterfinals. Very proud of them. They did miss a few golden opportunities. But you know what, we're still incredibly proud of them, and never mind, we're still going ahead. We'll watch the final.
Because they're out now, almost I feel like I'm not even going to be interested in the World Cup, even though I was watching the final, but it feels like Africa's out and the hosts are out. But other than that, it was a good game though, and I feel that Ghana played well and they should have won, definitely should have won. Uruguay should be out.
I was very and support whoever it is.
All I gotta say is we apologize for Africa. We should have won the game.
Oh, we had a game.
We should have won the game.
Well, we would have loved to win.
Football! Painful, but
powerful. 4-2. This was just a crazy thing. Never seen anything before like it. In the 120th minute there was a penalty against us, and after that the crazy Abra scored. Let's go Uruguay. Ghana took the lead in the first half through Suleiman Tari, but the Uruguayans fought back to equalise through Diego Forlan after the break. Ghanaian fans were left despondent by the result.
Ghana should have won easily. It was Ghana's game, it's Africa's World Cup, at least semi-final. At least we should have been in the semi-final. At least. It's football, I guess. It's football. It happens. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Ghana are only the third African team in history to reach the quarter-finals of the World Cup, joining Cameroon and Senegal in the continent's history books. Their time to shine has come to an end, while the Uruguayans are only one fixture away from the World Cup final.
2014.
Africa learned how to dream bigger.